Stef Saucy Talk. What's up? It's your guy DJ Stef Saucy, and I know I've been away. Some would consider it a hiatus, but I never went anywhere. It's just that I was going through some things where I was thinking about what to present to you for Stef Saucy Talk. I want to present to you the sauciest information, the sauciest way possible, because that's who I am. And I've been battling a lot with what to consider Stef Saucy Talk as, right? Because I do talk about music, I do talk about culture, and society things, but the category I'm sticking to and I'm believing in, this is what this is all about, is about society and culture. Those two together gem very well because the culture that we live in is very diverse. You see what America has come in recent years and in decades. The transition from the segregation, Jim Crow laws in the 1960s to 20th century, all the way up to the evolution of hip hop, all the way up to now, the evolution of technology and social media, right? Televisions first came out back in the days. Okay, and you of course you had radio, but nowadays people are looking so much different, reacting to things so much different, and consuming media so much different. The use of print journalism is going to run out eventually in the near future. So everything is online on your smartphones. And it's amazing how far we have come, man. I mean, and today I'm doing this video because I want to talk about this new era we're transitioning to. The new decade, I should say, rather. The 2020 era, right? And this is my last year in college. So for me to come out of school fresh 2020 as a graduate, it's going to mean a lot to me and for all the things I've accomplished in my career. And, from 2020 to 2030, I'll be 32 by then. And that is an ESPN update. But I'm telling you right now, this is the era for people to immerse themselves, build a platform, create online businesses, all that good stuff. And I'm just saying to myself, wow, when I think about 2010 till now, we got to see a black president. Obviously, he was elected in '08, but we got to see one that they said would never happen. Even though I guess he wasn't the best when it came to race relations for black Americans in America, but he did do well with foreign policy. He even helped out the LGBTQ community, stating stuff in law, and also many other things that I can't think of off the top of my head. But Barack, was something special, but obviously there's still a lot of criticism about him. Also, 2010 till now, we also got to see transition in social media movements. Remember Trayvon Martin? The whole Black Lives Matter, right? That stuff came about when I was just beginning high school. And I was in Florida during that time when George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. So social media, man, it's just been big. Ever since Zuckerberg came out with the Facebook. Obviously, there was MySpace and stuff like that before Facebook. But Facebook and their data users each and every day, throughout the world, is just in the billion numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I think we've come to a point now where if you got something to say and you really want to show the world what you're all about, you could just put that stuff on social media now. Now, me, I haven't been the best social media specialist, because there is a lot of privacy issues when these big companies, have the access to your information. The federal government, has access to your information. So it's just crazy nowadays, man. This whole technology / social media age is emerging. And I was watching this video on YouTube. It's called Did You Know? And there's a lot of things we do know and a lot of things that we don't know what's going to happen in the near future. I can't foresee what's going to happen with me and myself in my career. But I'm a religious person. And God's going to do different things in different ways, whether you believe in him or not. So what I'm trying to say about this YouTube page that I was watching in class about these technological jobs, let me correct myself, and how it's going to be changing the norm of traditional jobs of people working in corporate America and all these other big companies. Because now you're going to have a tech specialist, you're going to have a social media market person that just analyze the market. And there's so many different ways that people are able to make money nowadays. You look at a company like SiriusXM, it's more than just being an intern or their personality. There's different levels in companies, especially with the age of technology and how we're able to evolve with different positions, making great salaries. You know what I'm saying? So kids now that are going to school, I got my brother, my sister, they're so young, they know technology very well. And to see what jobs they might have in the future, it's just unbelievable to me, man. Really unbelievable. And that's just one part of the topic that I want to discuss today about the technology and social media heading into the near future, especially as we head towards 2020 and further on. But also what I wanted to get to today is the leading technology in America. Obviously, artificial intelligence, we're leading in it, but also we can't forget about China now and what they're able to do. They said by 2030 they want to be the leaders in this, and that's pretty scary because obviously we're in a trade war right now with China. But China has something up their sleeve. They have the biggest e-commerce companies, Alibaba, and this is scary because the Chinese have a population of people with the IQ that's larger than the population of America. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds like, outrageous, but this is real shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They breed these kids to go to school, not just Monday through Friday, but almost every day now. And their lifestyle is completely different from ours. And they just have a way of knowing different things, and they just create different innovations that obviously, they can say they bit off of America, and Americans say they're starting to bite off of China too. And now you got Tim Cook and Apple, being frustrated with Trump because of the tariffs, man. I mean, Apple, I have an Apple iPhone, and Apple's one of the leading tech companies in our society today. We talk about Wall Street. We talk about FANG. If you don't know what FANG is, it's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Those 5 companies right there are very powerful, and they control a lot what goes on today in our lives. So if you see these companies go down, that's not good for us, man. I mean, I know everyone's got this new iPhone 11, that with the tri-camera and stuff like that. Very interesting, right? I get it. So a reason why I'm trying to bring this stuff up is because I like thinking about the future. I like thinking ahead, and I like to see what's going to be in store for us. If we want to talk about demographically and social class wise, I was looking up an article, right? This is on CNBC, and they rank all of us. It doesn't matter who you are, billionaire, millionaire, in different rankings. And you want to talk about people that have wealth and the amount of numbers that add up to those people, it's very few. We got 2 people that are worth over 100 billion. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. All right, that's just incredible. And that's the problem too that they were trying to say in this article, that even guys like Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, they disagree with the way they make money. Their status of money is outrageous. All right, we're talking billions. They even know it's not right for them to make billions. Obviously, if you have a product or you're very great at something, like a person like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, whoever you want to name, right? Robert F. Smith, the billion-dollar philanthropist that just gave about over $30 million to, Morehouse College. People like that, obviously, like getting paid for what they do, But for you to make billions, bro, there's got to be a distinction between that. There's got to be a barrier where we say that we can't have these people making billions of dollars, man. Especially if it's not distributed towards us, the people that can't even have the ideas and maybe innovations as these guys have created for us that we use today. So they're trying to say in this article, we don't have no, say so on the distribute of money, especially Zuckerberg was saying that in the article, but a hedge fund owner who is the leading hedge fund in the world said that capitalism needs to be fixed. All right, capitalism is the social order of society in terms of money wise and stuff like that. And you're seeing a lot of people make tons of money, but there's going to be a conflict, like he said, between the rich and the poor. So there has to be something change in the near future for the next president to come in office, man, because it's just absolutely not fair. It really isn't fair to us as a society. So they were trying to say that if you're in the 4 to 5 range on this chart, you just have enough money really to afford your mortgage, probably get a few cars, but that's pretty much it. You're not going to be in the next level where you could have a second home, third home, or whatever the case may be, and do adventurous stuff. And then, of course, the list goes up and up. But this is real stuff, man. I said it earlier, obviously, today, but I'm going to say it again. This is real shit, man. And I can't believe that, a person like myself is able to really start to see this now as a 22-year-old going forward. So that's what I want to address, obviously. And also, the third thing I want to address is about my culture, man. Black culture, and about how society dictates what our culture can accomplish. I had recently did a interview with Dr. Michael Eric Dyson at my school, and he came to my school. We talked about the important meeting in 1963 between Robert F. Kennedy, Harry Belafonte, James Baldwin, Jerome Smith, and a bunch of other people that came along for the meeting about black inferiority in America. And we still experience that nowadays. And who knows in the near future what that can hold for us. We need more people like a Killer Mike, you know what I'm saying, to step up and really analyze and think critically about our nation, man. And not about all the bullshit that we see in the media, bro. We really got to be proactive and really start to make changes, man. This is no joke nowadays. And when I was speaking to Dyson, he was saying that, look, you can build wealth, but at the same time, that's not for everyone. We have to be citizens of this country to absolutely be smart at what we do and to think about the rest of the nation and think about ourselves, think about our history, our past, and use it unconventionally to create a better future. And when I heard that, I said, wow, that's something I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm on this Stef Saucy Talk, to tell you about stuff like this. Silence is power. But at the same time, we can't be too quiet, because if we shut up and dribble, we will never be anywhere. Right? Shut up and dribble. Why? We can't have a say-so? This is a democracy, right? So we got to step up. And I think artists and activists really made a platform before all these laws were initiated in America. So artists and activists and intellectuals are very important to society, man. I feel like I got to be one of those, man. I know I do my thing. I do the radio. I'm a DJ. I'm a producer. But now it's the time. As 2020 approaches, not the time for me, but the time for you too. You know what I'm saying? If you got a passion and if you want to just freely express yourself, take advantage of it. You got Spotify nowadays. You got SoundCloud. You got Apple, Tidal, all these other streaming platforms to get your voice out there. Whether you are an artist, you're a podcaster, you're a vlogger, just get out there, man. Let's just make something different. Technology is at our disposal, and it's only going to get better, and it's only going to get bigger. I look at a company like Uber. that I'm getting killed right now in the stock market. We're talking about self-driven cars in the near future. You watch the movies, you see it, but to not actually see it in real life is just crazy. Like, that's going to happen real soon. So pay attention to that. Stick to your guts and just make a better society, man. All right? We just have people that are very smart and intelligent when they come to certain innovations, man. We're talking about a guy like Elon Musk. He's trying to create artificial chips to put in the back of our spinal cord so we can analyze data about the human body. I mean, that's incredible. Like, average people don't think about stuff like that, man. So just this point, I'm just pointing out a few things, but this whole premise of this video, this audio, is to talk about 2020 and from there on out. All right. I'm just ecstatic. I'm very excited what the future holds, and 2020 is my era. It's your era too. And I can't believe I have to say this, but it's really important that I'm addressing this. This is like no joke. Like, I want to see people do successful things, because that's what we should all think about each other and try to come up with different ideas. That's why I like networking, man. They always say, yo, man, y'all gonna have to get me started with this. But they always say that it's not about, you per se, but it's about what you do for people. And we want to see more people do things for more people, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Dr. Dyson was saying. And I appreciate the gems he put on me that day when I interviewed him. I mean, this guy, he went on and on about certain things in life. So that's what I want to address. And also for the music industry now, we're seeing a transition. I mean, a big transition. You look at all these streaming platforms that I mentioned, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Amazon Music, it's all at a disposal. But at the same time, people are struggling right now because they're not getting their voice out there and they're not making as much money. And I feel like the media industry, the music industry is so broadened that certain people got to do certain things to blow up. Like your image. Look at 6ix9ine and what he did with his image and how he got famous and just making all this type of money and making music. Just because you make a mockery out of yourself doesn't mean that you're really somebody in life. That's just an image. That's a forte. He said that on trial. That's a forte. That's why he portrayed himself as a gangster. Like, come on, man. Like, there's real ass people out here. I interviewed one of my guys the other day. Shout out to my guy Ja. And he was telling me, hey, yo, bro, never be a phony, never be a sellout. Be yourself. You are who you are. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was very key. So before I end and before I close, I hope you took away something from Stef Saucy Talk. And the world is starting to become a society that's socially, economically, and politically incorrect at times. And these big six conglomerates are going to tell you anything, you know what I'm saying, to believe in certain things. Look at the Amazon Fire Stick now. Do you think there's a reason why people are not paying for cable anymore? That's not regular. It's telling you there's a shift in society, right? So get on top of this stuff. I'm telling you this first because I no longer pay for cable. You got all these different type of services for a cheaper price that you could watch without the hassle. So a lot of things are changing, man, and I just want to see bigger things ahead for 2020. And it's time to take the risk. If you got something in mind that you feel like is going to make yourself successful or make a difference in society, just do it, man. I'm just at the point now, just do it like Nike just said. So this is Stef Saucy Talk by your boy DJ Stef Saucy. So my message for you today is be great, be patient, be persistent, trust in whatever higher power you believe in, and ultimately become the best version of you. That's it. Stef Saucy Talk.